Test, test, test. Okay, there we go. Good morning. Here we go. I forgot today was a holiday. I could sleep in a little bit, so hope nobody was worried about me. That's why I say mornings, roughly mornings. Weekdays are a little bit more consistent, but except for this one. Martin Luther King Day. Ooh, and we got a nice sun peeking in through the window. I knew I threw down the challenge gauntlet, and I was like, this week I'm going to crack down. And then yesterday I I had dinner with my parents, and I only ate like half a pork chop. So I was like, okay, there we go, eat less. And then I went over to my cousin's, and he made pork tacos, and he's like a good cook. So I was like, I got to eat these too. So I did like double dinner, 2 big meals. But still 282. But I will say that is 282.9. But I just trim it off. I have been rounding down in my favor. But I did order those meal replacement things that Mr. Seeker. Thank you, Mr. Seeker, for generously getting a $50 gift card for me. I don't know if that was... So I'll be trying those out.
Bulk Hogan official said, what was the starting weight on day 1?
287, I think. Good morning, Bulk. So we're down overall. In April 2023, I think I was 297. And that's the biggest I've ever been. And so now we're on our way down. Slowly walking down the mountain.
Well, to lose weight you have to walk up instead.
There you go, yeah. Okay. Time to roll up into a ball and roll down the mountain and then walk up the mountain. That's a better analogy. Here we go. Oh no, I've caused an avalanche. But here I am back at the bottom. Time to walk all the way back up to being a normal-sized human. I feel the muscles building up in my legs, though.
Twitch
feels
doesn't like
good.
to be in a second monitor tab.
Mm-hmm. In a way, I'm kind of glad I went up a pant
It can get
size.
choppy when I focus on the main one.
Oh, okay, interesting. It might be because of my internet. I am running another thing in the background. Let me try fixing this. Make it a little less choppy. Let me try. All right, that should be better. Let's try and triple streaming. But I'm on my Wi-Fi right now and not a wired connection. So I wonder if that was it. Now I'm dual streaming, just to Twitch and YouTube. It might have been your internet connection, but it also might have been mine. I was putting a lot of
That's just my
gigabytes
game being
through.
funny. It's fine on windowed mode.
Okay, cool. So I noticed TikTok is back already. Not even one day. The app's still not back on the App Store, but you can go on the web version and log in and see everything. It's as if it was never gone. I expected it to come back, but I did not think. First, I thought it would not go away. Because, you know, Trump was like, I was not going to enforce on it, even though he was kind of the one leading the charge on banning it in the first place. Like, did he do that just so we'd forget that he was behind it and, like, think he was doing a good thing? Or did he actually change his mind on it? I don't know. So confusing. Good morning, Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. Good to see you again. Thank you for coming back. Would I eat a Big Bean Burrito stuffed with Bowser meat? Yes, I would. I've still got very fat brain. Yeah, you ever had that conversation where people are talking about something disgusting and you go like, I would probably actually eat that. What is wrong with me? Like weird, disgusting combinations at Taco Bell where they're just like really trying it out, really going left field. Like the Dorito taco I thought was too far, but I still eat them from time to time. Or the KFC sandwich that's just two fried chicken breast and then the sandwich. All these fast food companies saw the success of the heart attack grill and they're like, we want to kill people too. Let's start making stuff more than delicious. Let's make it dangerously delicious. I'm waiting for a time, and this is my cynical bastard brain kicking on here, but I'm waiting for a time where there's like a menu item so crazy that the fertility rate is like over 90%. Like if you have more than one in one sitting or something, or just one. Actually, it should just be one. If you have if you finish the whole thing in one sitting, your heart just stops. Like in Death Note, I finished writing your name, and this Arby's sandwich kills me. I think it's going to happen. They're going to be like, way too many people. It's not going to be that gross, though. It'll be like a high percent. What's a high percent? Like 1% of people that eats it. That's an enormously high percent of people. And then there's going to be debate, even though it's clearly the right option is to just like, that's an illegal amount of food. We should make a law. You can't just give someone poison in the form of delicious food. But there's going to be this long debate. Meanwhile, all these fat people, or people in general, it's going to be the new form of what's that called when you want to voluntarily, take the train to heaven early. What's it called? I have so many brain farts in the morning here. I guess just all together. I forget the name for it. What's it called? It doesn't matter. But that'll be the choice for those people. To just eat this huge Taco Bell atrocity. And it's somewhere in Europe, or they have those like bye-bye pods where you just like take it out to the forest and you can like self-administer. And you go, see you next Tuesday. But that's expensive. That's a lot of, let me just do it with food. A sandwich that costs $7. That's much better. Euthanasia? That's not exactly the word I'm thinking of, because it's kind of like maybe that's the word. Anyway, Boston's Big Burrito. That was a long road to going. I know it's a donkey joke, but it just got me to thinking. Did I see any amount of words in front of burrito? And I hear, all my brain hears is burrito. And I go, I kind of want a burrito. Anywho, to reiterate, the goal for this week, get to the 270s. 279 is the minimum goal. If that means going higher intensity on the bike, I got to keep it above a 2.5. I got to do intervals where I sprint. I got to pick it up. Because right now, just like lackadaisically riding the bike, we're past that. We're improving. We're getting better. That means we gotta step it up, okay? You can't be those fools at Planet Fitness who read a book and don't sweat an inch. And then they wonder why they're not losing weight. I go to the gym 5 times a week. I feel like it's just a workaround so they can tell their doctor, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I go to the gym every day. It's like, yeah, show the footage to your doctor of one of your workouts. You're working your way through that romance novel more than you're working your way through that bike. But same goes for me. I'm reading the romance novel on this if I'm not going hard. If you ain't sweating, if you ain't putting your heart through the ringer, safely, it's like quick bursts and rest. And I'll push myself more when I have like a heart meter, so I know.
_Seeker said, morning, smiley
Good
face.
morning, Mr. Seeker. Good morning. I have to say thank you again, Mr. Seeker, for helping the journey. I can't wait for that to arrive. We're kicking it in together this week. It's been a kind of a slow, these first couple weeks, I'm just seeing if I could keep up the routine. Now we're in it. We're in the routine. Now let's kick it up. Weight Loss City, here we come. Again, the most ideal thing is just to completely one-for-one transfer every pound of fat for every pound of muscle. But I don't think that's how the human body works. I don't think I could be a jar of water and oil and just flip right around. They'll switch places. Gotta get those pounds off and start building muscle too. I thought about having the only thing I could think of that does what I want is speed run timer. So I might use a speed run timer to just help me do my interval workouts or whatever and switch to weightlifting and then go back to the bike. So I haven't had time to work on that or learn how that program works, but I need a way to switch it. I wonder if you could just do it automatically. Auto split. We'll figure it out. That's technical details. The point being, I want to switch it up so I'm not always on the bike. Bike is good. Building muscle is also important, which might stunt the weight goal, but that's okay. It's about being healthy overall. But that's future goals. This week is all about weight loss. Let's get to the 270s. I haven't seen 270 on scale since 2021, maybe 2022. So let's get back down there. We can do it. We can do it. I honestly thought today I was going to move this into the basement. And I'm glad I didn't because the sun is shining. I like having this window, this look out into the real world. There's something inspirational about that. And it's something I don't do often. I don't just look outside enough. And the sunrise helps to get my attention. something about like actually looking at the sun and sunlight has a weird reaction on your brain. There's something primal that activates. It's like, okay, time to do it. In my bedroom, I have like blackout shades, so I live in like perpetual darkness so I can sleep whenever I want. But maybe I'll crack them open, get a little sun in my room. Maybe it'll help me with waking up. But my reasons for opening up the basement was like I have a lot more space down there. It's finished. I have the punching bag. I have a lot more options for working out. But no natural light. If only I could do a series of mirrors like Brendan Fraser in The Mummy and just put a bunch of mirrors down there and angle one in so I get natural light in the basement. That would be ideal. I'll never forget that one scene where he's like, there's no light in here. It just felt like oh man, how do we light up this temple where there's no electricity? And then he pointed one mirror at another mirror, and they were all like perfectly angled, and then he lit up like the gold room. I was like, what the fuck? I think they tried that on Mythbusters. Can you like light up a room? I think it was pretty effective, but it wasn't like that. But
Light up a room. Like blowing it up?
no, like with natural light. Yeah, I'm just gonna blow this room up so I'm outside. That's easier than going outside. Let me just make part of my house the outside. I wish there was a system, but I don't know how it will work because you have to be constantly moving the mirror to match the sun. But I wish there was a way, yeah, that you could use the sun. You know, they have those like those tricks in like third world countries where they'll like get like a mason jar and fill it with like water and something, I think like some kind of sugar solution or something. And they'll drill it in the top of these cheap metal roofs. And like when the sun hits it, it just scatters the light. It's just like a cheap. It's better than nothing. So solutions like that, where I can like have the sun hit any part of this thing that's exposed to the outside, and like amplify the light in the room. Maybe I should just try building one of those and seeing how that works, and putting it in the window and seeing how much light it gives off. But again, I feel like as soon as the sun is not directly hitting it, so if it's not like up, I don't think it's gonna work. I like lateral thinking on a project. I like when you like come up with a very creative solution. Even if it's not like, it's not going to replace light bulbs, but, you know, in that specific scenario, lenses. It works. Lenses, yeah. And then I burn my house down from my sunlights. It just works too well and creates a hot spot. And I burn my frickin' house down. I just wanted to see the sun. Oh, if the sun saw you and said, have a nice day. Burn my frickin' house down. They have those depression lamps that like somewhat, I don't know how I think it might be all bullshit, but it's like it's simulated sunlight. It's like a warm
Trump
light
and its
for your
meme coins.
desk.
That's depressing.
That's what they sell us Midwesterners in the throes of winter. They sell us sun lamps for our sad, sad desks. But sometimes you're like so depressed that it's worth trying anything. Even if it's a placebo for this $90 sun lamp that just is a bad lamp that heats your face up. I wonder if that's how it was originally invented. They're like, these lamps are all messed up. They're like actually hot, way too hot. And some cynical bastard executive was like, sell those lamps as sun lamps. Make it feel like you're on the beach in Miami. Nobody's going to buy that. Who's going to be desperate enough? Ship them to Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Me.
Me. Yeah. Anywhere where there's snow.
I sit most of the time inside. The light is better than those industrial white lights.
That's true. That's true. It's worth experimenting. So that all this fluorescent, just flat white lighting. Do you actually own one, Mr. Seeker? What is your success rate with it? Do you feel happier? Because as much as I just shit all over it, I do kind of want one. I just question everything.
I selected my lighting to be a bit more yellowish than white.
Okay.
Too much white and it becomes too sterile.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want it to look like a laboratory.
Also straining on eyes.
Okay. Water break. Swing the kettlebell. Back on the bike. Remind yourself, don't wear boxers that are too small, that ride up on your legs. They're like straining my thighs. TMI maybe, but I need to know. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
14.
9, 10,
29.
11,
8.
12,
23.
13, 14,
12.
15. Somehow that super focused me on counting.
39.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What's that behind you?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Marilyn Monroe. This is like a prop from a short film that I've just kept in my house. You can't really see, but there's like blood streaming down. It's very faint. It doesn't really show up on the camera. Maybe a little bit. Eminem dunking a basketball. Tanuki Mario. Top Banana Award. I don't know if you could see that one. Yeah, I gotta like put that one closer. If you found the secret banana before I bring it up close, you get 100 bonus V-Bucks. Not redeemable for actual V-Bucks or actual money. Uh. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, one more set of that and we'll get back on the bike. Hoo-wee. Having the sunlight in this room also heats up this room. I feel like it's 80 degrees in here. Good for sweating it out. Gotta stay hydrated though. Good old Halo 2 anniversary Slurpee cup. I don't know if it was meant to be kept this long or how many microplastics I'm ingesting, but
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Fahrenheit. Always Fahrenheit. As the American brain in me. I do not know how to do the Celsius calculation on the fly. Yeah, 80 Celsius though. I'd be cooked alive, right? All right, last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Kettlebells are like full body. When I do it behind my head, it's like triceps. When I do the lifts, I'm not sure. I think it might be shoulders. When I do curls, it's like bicep curls. Yeah. I need to learn more kettlebell workouts. But there's a lot of stuff you could just do with a kettlebell, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ah. All right, last set, last set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. It is hard on my right arm. I don't know why. Again, another thing, I thought my right arm was just my strong arm, but I have an easier time with my left. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, back to the bike. Here we go. So in the bike repair saga, if you don't know, I've been slowly fixing up this bike now that I've been using it regularly. It's starting to have some squeaks. Fix the squeaks. Stuff was loose. It's not so loose. Still a little wonky. The pedal slips a little bit, but it definitely slips less than it did yesterday. I tightened up everything that was loose, and it did make an improvement. Stuff was pretty loose, looser than I thought. I could turn it with my finger, so I was like, oh, clearly, it got to be tightened. Tightened is better. Thankfully, Schwinn seems to still make those little inserts to fix the pedal. Good on you, Schwinn. So I gotta order some of those. Whatever the pin for the pedal is, apparently just grinds down. But they make replacements. I'm determined to keep this bike as long as possible. One, because it's just a bike, a stationary bike. How complicated could it be? And two, new Schwinn air bikes are like $700, $800. And ain't nobody got time for that. Nothing makes me want to figure out and repair every part of this bike. Like saying a new one is $800. That feels good. It feels good to like fix something. Makes me feel less hopeless. Makes me understand it. And sure, you're gonna break some stuff sometimes and be like, oops, should not have broken that. That is a very expensive part to break. But I think overall, if you're careful, you find out everything's just like screws and bolts and clamps and clips into this, hangs off of that. Oil this, bearings on that. If you're wondering how to fix something, look for the screws. That's step one. Like, if something is like a total black box, there's guaranteed screws somewhere on that thing. And sometimes it's like hidden under a plastic part that you didn't even know clamped off. Or it's under the feet that are like glued on. But there's screws somewhere on that baby. And this is what manufacturers do not want you to know. But most of that shit costs cents. Like the wires and transistors and stuff in that. They want you to buy a whole new one. Be less scared of looking inside something. That got me thinking of, I wonder if like cybernetics take off, if there's going to be like shitty proprietary transplants. Like, you know, Apple's going to be on, they're going to try to bandwagon.
Unfortunately. Bulk Hogan official said, absolutely.
Oh no, my designer earbuds. No, I'm deaf. Until I pay Apple $400 a month to turn my ears back on.
MR_seeker said, you don't own the product owns you.
Oh, 100%. What are the weird things we're going to have to deal with? The weird future problems of cybernetics. We're getting a taste of it now with no right to repair. Oh, it's going to be too dangerous. You don't want to get some flesh-eating bacteria from going to a non-genius bar surgical clinic.
Bulk Hogan official said, here's cybernetic eye. It shows ads straight to your brain.
Oh yeah, that's going to happen 1,000%. As soon as we do anything visual, they're like, how do we put ads on this thing?
MR_seeker said, that's to prevent you from using the better alternative.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I saw a movie last year called Strawberry Mansion, and it's a terrible name for it. You know, because it's not indicative of what the movie's about. But anyway, in the future, people's dreams are taxed. Like, products are like inserted, and like what you dream about, you have to get audited and like pay taxes on. And this auditor goes to this old lady's house, and she hasn't paid her taxes in like 40 years. And he has to like audit 40 years worth of dreams. And it's just the most wackadoo shit from this old lady who really was like, I'm not paying your ass, but feel free to audit. Cute little movie. Not at all what I expected it to be. Interesting hell that I'm now afraid of, though. Because absolutely on
Just
the money,
think,
if they
Elon
could,
wants
they
to
would.
tax everything, even your profits.
Yeah, yeah. If you're going to tax me on everything, that's okay. You got to be 1,000% transparent with where all the money goes. I need to see the bad. The fact that we're not seeing the bad means we're not seeing anything. We have to, like, have independent journalists uncover the bad. It's all our money. We deserve to see where it's going. That'll never happen, but it's nice to dream.
Ask yourself, why would Trump release a meme coin?
Yeah. Man, that should be illegal. Meme coins in general. How many times do people gotta get rug pulled before we realize that this is just always bad? And the average age of people in Congress and the Senate, I think, are like 65. Something ridiculously high. Before, what used to be end of life is now people telling us what to do.
How many times you think we have scammers tell them to invest in their company? Bulk Bogan official said, the only crypto allowed in this house is the dog.
Yeah, there you go. I don't get it. Why is Bitcoin an investment?
MR_seeker said, .com bubble, years after they finally uncovered the truth.
Yeah, Bitcoin should be just to buy something from a place that only accepts Bitcoin. And then you withdraw after. It's clearly not stable. I mean, look at it. But, you know.
How to withdraw if you need to show ID to prove you are the owner of said funds.
Well, you got the wallet address and if you can open the wallet, you're the owner. And yeah, all these poor people. My aunt.
You got the wallet address. Bitcoin can send funds from 10 different addresses.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. My aunt almost got the Microsoft scam. She got the pop-up on her computer, but luckily she just like got scared and turned it off, and it went away. But it was like a full screen pop-up that she couldn't do anything with. And she's like, "Is this real?" And she asked me, and she gave me a call because she wasn't sure. I go, "No, that's a scam. He did good." Now, how many aunts and grandmas of the world don't have nephews to call that are super tech literate and would have just fallen for that scam? Too many.
My uncle was like, why would Microsoft need my Apple account?
Yeah, exactly. Why does Microsoft need Google Play gift cards? That's a really confusing part. But I guess once you're in. Yeah, the egregious part is like
now
asking.
Gotta go back to barter system. Want a PS5? Well, give me 5 sows and a bucket of wheat.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I wonder if money didn't exist. What? The fun barter system. Like Baldur's Gate 3, you just start dragging stuff in your inventory and see what they'll let go of that thing for. That's something I wish they would change in that, like, that's a good, I like Baldur's Gate 3 barter system, but everything just basically translates back down to gold pieces. Now, I wish it was, like, on a per NPC basis that they had, like, something in the world, like this, like, super arms dealer who had, like, some of the best armor in the world. You just had to ask him a bunch of questions, and you found out he loved peanut butter sandwiches. And like you had to go find the peanuts and make the bread and give this guy a peanut butter sandwich, and he would give you one free piece of like ultimate armor. You just drag it in the barter system, and he's like, "Yes, I will trade this very expensive armor for one peanut butter sandwich."
MR_seeker said, ever played Dwarf Fortress?
Oh, you know what? I have tried in the past, and I have been unable to get past the learning curve. Caves of Quud.
What learning
I've
curve?
also tried. Yeah, what learning curve? I have it though. I have the graphical upgrade or whatever. I bought it on Steam. I was like, this makes it much more playable, and it's still like impossible to learn. Are you saying it has stuff like that? I can't wait.
I like the original.
Maybe I'll
much
give
better.
it a second chance. I like the original much better. Yeah, just the ASCII guys running around.
ASCII here.
I used to play MUDs, multi-user dungeons. I forget what was a popular one. I can't even remember, but just hopping in and chatting with other people, running
Legend
around,
of the
killing
Red
mobs,
Dragon?
picking stuff up. I'll have to look it up. I'll know it if I see it. There can't be that many. That was a
There
fun
is
time.
also a PHP version I love to play.
It was just fun to see what people could accomplish, like, using your imagination. And, we have the internet, and we have text. That's all we got. How can we spice this up and make a game out of it? People found a way. Very creatively. Same with, like, all these consoles.
There are still a lot around, but these days people don't know how it works.
Yeah. Getting all those games to run on, like, potato software. Figuring out creative, like furthering research in computations just to make Doom, like, raycast the room and, like, draw for you. Like, I don't know. So creative. I feel like nowadays, if that would happen, it'd just be like, we have to wait until processors get this powerful.
Bringing
wouldn't be
creativity
that.
back.
Yeah, bring creativity back, yeah. There is like a game jam. I think it's like JavaScript 5K or something. Where your game size has to be under 5 kilobytes. So creative, what people are, but kind of intense. There should be that, but it should be the size of like a NES cartridge. Give me some room to see what I can do. That's like almost too limiting. But it is, you'd be shocked at what people came up with for that have won year to year. I wonder if it's still going on. That'd be fun to check in, see 10 years worth of winners.
Death of an era.
Death of an era, yeah. And I miss chat rooms about, like, just talking about RuneScape, and then one creepy guy would come in and ask ASL. And we'd be all like, get out of here, you creepy old man. And they'd be like, oh. The fun days of innocence. Just open chat rooms with people of all ages. Talking about things they liked. And then a minority of people just trying to be as creepy as possible. Now we know.
And then get blasted with screaming kids.
Yep. People just spamming a joke they heard in middle school that day. And it's like, okay, you get banned. How many times is that going to be funny to you? You've been spamming that in every chat room possible for months.
Reason I am building an offline game that works. Smiley face.
There you go. Yeah. Such a rarity.
Getting that creative mind to work.
I feel like we had pushback on like DRM on offline single player content until like Hearthstone. And Hearthstone, you had to have the Blizzard account and sign in. And that kind of was the ruination. It's like, yeah, it's for single player, it's for multiplayer too, but it's also like, it's like, oh, that's how we limit it. Limit it to your account. And now everyone does that. And we have the stupid auth check for like a offline game. I'm waiting for it. I feel like the rise of physical media is coming back because Blu-rays, I think, still can contain most games. Sure, it might be multiple Blu-rays, but that's okay. As long as the game doesn't have to fit on 1,000 Blu-rays, we're good. We're good. Physical media can make a rise. Steam needs to just fuck off. Good Old Games needs to step it up.
Physicals. No. That means loss of control.
What do you mean? You're not for physical media coming back? I'm all for it. Because the alternative is... Well,
loss
I
of
think...
control equals sharing equals loss of income.
I'll add the asterisk. Physical media that is DRM free. Or, I don't know. No online DRM. That is a concession I'll make. You gotta have some DRM because now, yeah, you could super easily copy it.
And you know how Disney loves its streaming service, they keep increasing the prices.
Yeah, yep. Well, going back to the cybernetics, it'll be like bound to your body. It'll be like, wow, like this software key is bound to your, and then people start chopping off hands and screwing in other people's hands. There's a hand black market because the chip that you like authenticate stuff gets tied to your hands, and then there's a big black market for fake hands.
Netflix and exclusives was the death for television, but in
Now
reality,
that's a good
it's
idea.
just dumping the market.
I mean, that's a good idea for a sci-fi concept, not for real life. Things are bound to your body. That has to have been done before, but maybe not.
Black Mirror.
Not in that exact way. Yeah, like the social credits episode. Whatever happened to Black Mirror? Is that coming back, or is that canceled forever? They did a Netflix thing
Have you watched
with
Black
the Joan
Mirror?
is Awful. That was
Not
pretty
the
good.
later series, the original 3 seasons.
Oh yeah, I've watched all of it. I feel like, yeah. All right, got the day off. Started off right. A little later than usual, but tomorrow back at it, normal time, like 7ish. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you have a vacation day today, enjoy it. If not,
The issue with the later Black Mirror series was that they started to get a writer's block.
Yeah. That happens with everything, though. I feel like, you know, you can only take us. It's nice to have it for, like, those initial seasons and stuff. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Treat yourself right. Enjoy yourself.